Hello, welcome. It's Chimo again. In this particular video, I'll be going over the difference between the apical and the basal surface of an epithelial tissue. Now, one key property of epithelial tissue is polarity. Now, what does it mean for something to be polar? Basically, that means the two sides of that particular substance are different. Now, in epithelial tissue, we have the apical and the basal surface. Now, this here, for example, shows us a certain epithelial tissue, which is this in the trachea. Now, this particular tissue has two surfaces. It has surface A, which is what you see here, and also has surface B, which is what you see here. And I'm just going to circle this in red so it's more prominent. A and B. Now, the apical surface, which is A here, would be this region of the epithelial tissue that isn't attached to anything. Very, very important. So the apical surface isn't attached to anything at all. And usually, for example, in the trachea here as shown here, the apical surface would be exposed directly to this area here, which would just be called the cavity. So it's just open space. However, the other part of the epithelial tissue here in question, which is B, would be attached to the underlying connective tissue here. So basal surface connected to underlying connective tissue. Apical surface isn't connected to anything at all. So A is equals to apical surface. B is equals to basal surface. Now, this is one key way in distinguishing between the two sides of an epithelial tissue. The apical surface isn't attached to anything, it's usually exposed to cavities, while the basal surface is attached to underlying connective tissue that basically holds that epithelial tissue in place. I hope this short video has helped clarify the difference between an apical and basal surface. See you in my next video. Bye bye and have a lovely day ahead.